Youth baseball. Youth baseball. I get questions all the time from parents all around the country, and they begin chasing the travel baseball world and lessons and all kinds of really aggressive, competitive baseball as young as 6 years old. And so today I thought I would discuss the fundamentals, the absolute foundation pieces that your children must have if they aspire to begin to play baseball beyond the little league diamond or the smaller diamond, typically after the age of 12. And I want to encourage all parents that find their way. We're going to be talking about all aspects and dynamics of youth sports over the coming months. We have softball coaches coming on, mental performance coaches, strength coaches, nutrition coaches, soccer, lacrosse. Spread the word. The Coach Beede channel. Yes, we talk baseball. Yes, we're going to be talking softball, but also a whole bunch of other sports. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Most of the people that watch the channel are non-subscribers. Just become a subscriber. It's free. And oh, by the way, hit the like button. Just give us a thumbs up. The more thumbs up, the more YouTube starts to promote the channel, the more people find their way. I would definitely appreciate it. Now, youth baseball. Parents of children 6 to 9 years old, and they start to panic. They don't have any baseball background or acumen. They don't have anybody in their family that really is overly athletic. Hey, I came from a family where nobody in my family was athletic, not even a tiny, tiny bit. But I grew up in a neighborhood much like the Sandlot, and I learned through repetition. So let's start there. The number one thing parents have to understand is at no point in any athletic program above youth sports is there an age by age ladder effect. That's a business model. It's not a development model. Can't stress that enough. Children learn from watching younger athletes. They learn from older athletes. They learn empathy. They learn to emulate. They watch how older athletes perform, move. They watch their feet. They watch their hands. It's so important and so critical to avoid at all costs, if possible, trying to go into this 6U and be the best 6U and 7U. And we want 8U tryouts. And if you're not competitive and serious, don't come to our tryout. This is for children. These are youth sports participants. They are not professional athletes. They have attention spans that are very, very quick and short. Yes, there are exceptions. Some young athletes are really gifted and they really like to be challenged, but others, they kind of are reserved and they watch and they look and they listen and they react. And so youth sports has to be fun. It has to be informative. And oh, by the way, it doesn't have to be 2 and 3 hours practices. It can be for an hour. It can be for an hour and a half. But also, you can do things as a family. Your sons and daughters can go in the backyard. And I've said it ad nauseum. Wall ball, a broomstick and some rocks or some small plastic golf balls. You can play catch in the neighborhood. You can play all kinds of games. Throw the ball in the air and catch it. Get a pitch back. Throw it off the steps. So many ways to learn the game. All sports is the number one thing that parents should understand is repetition equals retention. It's like that in any facet of life. They say in order to master anything, you have to do 10,000 repetitions in order to get competent and be successful doing anything in whether it be athletics or academics, etc. Don't chase, do not chase pay for play athletics at young ages. It is not something that is necessary. It is not something that is going to benefit in any capacity your child's ability to play high school baseball if they are so inclined and have a desire to do so. Statistically, you can look this up on Google. Millions of young children try and play baseball, softball at the youth level. 2 and 3 million children play youth baseball and softball. But by the age of 14, almost 70% of those children find their way to other sports, other hobbies, other activities. Doesn't benefit you to play and pay and travel and get in the car every weekend to play meaningless doubleheaders. Are they fun for some children? Yes. But for the vast majority of young children, I promise you, they'd like to ride their bike in the morning, get up, have some lunch, go play local against their friends, or go play a pickup game in the neighborhood. You don't have to chase and pay for food, for equipment, for lessons. Lessons. Understand one very basic principle: our children grow. They get faster, they get stronger, their bodies develop at different times. They may have a particular skill at an early age, they may lose it as they get older. My youngest son was very, very small and fast. And then as he got into high school, he was very tall and he was still fast, but not as fast as he was when he was younger. Children that play multiple sports, that's great. Don't worry about it. If someone is trying to tell you as a parent that your child needs to play soccer 12 months a year, indoor, outdoor, fall, spring, summer, hockey 12 months a year, baseball, softball 12 months a year, they're doing that because they want money, lots and lots of money. They want you to take lessons. Then they want you to go and play in these showcases and tournaments. They want you to buy their apparel, their gear, their bat bags. I get it. I absolutely understand it. But for the overwhelming majority of student athletes at the young ages, 6 to 13, they just want to try. They want to learn. They want to have fun and compete against their friends. But guess what they don't want to do? They don't want to let you down as an adult. They don't want to let their family members down, their siblings, their friends, their classmates. And so they don't want to say, I don't want to play that, because they're afraid they're going to let you down. And for the vast majority of parents, travel athletics of all sports are more of a social activity. And I know that dynamic. My sons played football, they played basketball, they played baseball, they played hockey. And there were different parents in different sports. And it was fun as parents to get together after games, during travel, when we would play in certain tournaments. But both of my sons participated at the high levels of high school and college athletics, particularly baseball, but they played all sports. In fact, if we listen to college coaches, they talk about multi sport athletes. Are there exceptions? Yes. Are there prodigies? Yes. But for the vast majority of children, the fundamentals that they need to have: passion, love, grit for the sport that they participate in. They need to enjoy that time that they are playing, practicing that sport. Next, skill. Skill comes with size, speed, and strength. As they get older, they gain more confidence. Confidence comes from that development, both mentally and physically. And as they begin to grow, they will begin to exert themselves and be able to know, I'm one of the better players, and therefore their confidence grows exponentially. And so, what I want you to understand is confidence comes from within. Our jobs as parents is not to chase. We don't want to chase what has been done. We want to choose what our children are embracing, what they are excited about, what they really get excited and really anticipate that they are participating with their friends and their classmates. That is what is critical. No college coach, no high school coach is going to pass judgment on any 6 through 13-year-old. I promise you, that is a fact. And anybody that tells you otherwise, they want this. Don't worry about how competitive or not competitive it is. My sons played Little League. They never played travel baseball. And they played against all different levels of skill. And ultimately, when they got to high school, that is when they decided, I want to work out more. I want to get my skill set up. Don't let Children have a childhood. You as a parent, take control. Don't worry about what other parents are doing, what other children are doing. Focus on your child and what they get excited about. I promise you, after seventh or eighth grade, when you start to focus on strength training, nutrition, all of the things that are going to pay dividends way over and above travel athletics, I promise you, your children will have a great high school, hopefully college experience if they love the sport. The fundamental, the foundation is passion, is grit, is love for a sport. If you like this, please hit the thumbs up button. We're going to be talking about all different youth sports. I would love for you to comment below, leave a question. Let me know what you're thinking, good, bad, or indifferent. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful week in baseball.